Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
John, do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag round it, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear, high as gnats on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better, Voltron transform to DX Don Mega and Obscene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device, and the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Well, what is up? Am I on the air land? What is going down? I am your host, Don Mega, and welcome to the show, my friends. It's been a minute, and sorry about that. But I'm back and ready to bring you a brand new episode. It is September 20th, and we're broadcasting live here from the Red Dragons Radio Studios. It's Season 11, Episode 9. Tonight's show is titled Black Air. And so kind of just going back to last Sunday, we had done a special episode a couple weeks ago on Labor Day. And when Sunday rolled around for our last scheduled episode, there wasn't really much going on in the entertainment world. I mean, there was some typical, just regular news, but nothing too crazy to feel like we gotta get an episode out. And another thing that really pushes me to get episodes out is the movie review of the weekend. And I didn't see a movie last weekend, to be honest with you, which was very odd. I'm a little bummed because I did want to get out and see The Visit, and I unfortunately have not been able to see The Visit. So I hope to maybe have a review of that at some point in the near future. Who knows at this point? Once you get past that opening weekend, it's very hard to backtrack and get back to a film, especially over the next couple of weeks, because things are starting to open again on a weekly basis. We kind of took a little bit of a break. Now everything's starting to come back. So we did get out to the movies this weekend, and we saw the new film starring Johnny Depp called Black Mass. So I'll have a review of Black Mass here tonight. And we'll, of course, get you up to speed in the last pretty much 2 weeks' worth of news since we skipped last Sunday. So, it was nice to take a little bit of a break. We gave you that special Labor Day episode. And another reason we took the break was because there was a brand new Red Dragons Assemble episode. And I like to give the Red Dragons Assemble episodes a little bit of breathing room for you guys to check out. For those of you that may be newer to Am I on the Air and you don't know what I'm talking about by Red Dragons Assemble, Red Dragons Assemble is another podcast that I host along with a couple friends of mine, Geeky Pat and Peeps. They host other shows on the Red Dragons Radio Network. So once a month we come together, we assemble, and we talk about all the news of the previous month. So our new September episode is wrapping up all the big news from August. It's like a roundtable discussion, and we break down all the news that you pretty much heard here, but we get into it from multiple perspectives, which makes it fun, makes it for a very fun show. So I wanted you guys to really check out Red Dragons Assemble. It is available on reddragonsradio.com. And go check it out. I believe it's episode 7 is our latest one. And I hope you enjoy. So please take some time out and check out that one. It is available on iTunes and Stitcher as well. But getting back to Am I on the Air? It's going to be a busy week again because we have this new episode here. We also have on the agenda this week on Red Dragons Radio is to do an Am I Still on the Air? Where me and Geeky Pat are going to break down our top films of the summer. Since the summer just wrapped up, we're going to rank down all the movies that we saw from, worst to best. So that'll be a new Am I Still on the Air that's going to be coming out here this week. And I will be featured on a new episode of Geeky Pat's show this week with The Geek. The tentative plan is to talk about the upcoming WWE 2K16 video game that's coming out next month. I guest starred on his show last year for the same thing, to talk about WWE 2K15. And so now 16 is coming out, and we just got the whole roster reveal and everything, so he asked me to come on and we could talk about the new game, and I'm a big wrestling fan, so anytime we want to talk wrestling or video games, I'm down. So look for me on the new This Week with The Geek later this week as well. So pretty busy stuff going down, but let's get to it because we got a lot to get through. Hopefully try not to push this episode too much past the hour mark. I'm sure we might hit a little bit farther than that, since we do have almost 2 weeks worth of news to get through, but I will try to get through at a very steady pace for you all. So thanks again for listening, checking us out. It's Am I on the Air? Let's rock and roll. Like I said, up first, we're talking about the brand new Johnny Depp film. This is the number 2 film at the box office right now this weekend, which was pretty much predicted. Black Mass. I loved these trailers. The first trailer had me really, really intrigued. The second trailer just blew my mind. I was like, man, this movie is going to be off the chain. And then you look at like just the casting of this thing, from Johnny Depp to Joel Edgerton, to Corey Stoll, to Kevin Bacon, to Benedict Cumberbatch. There's so many people that pop up in this film. You're just like, they really went all the way out here. Dakota Johnson, there's a lot of names in this film, and this was the true story about James Whitey Bulger, from Boston, Massachusetts, man, one of the world's most famous gangsters, and they were telling his story. And I went into this film with a lot of expectation, because as we were getting close to the film's release, a lot of reviewers started saying, this could be a possible Oscar contender for Best Picture, Johnny Depp for Best Actor, Joel Edgerton for Best Supporting Actor. Lot of hype coming out around Black Mass. So I was like, you know what, I believe it, because that second trailer was just so hardcore, so mind-blowing. So some pros and cons of it all. When we walked out of the theater, I saw this with Geeky Pat and my brother-in-law, and when we walked out, we kind of all three agreed it was a very good movie, but it wasn't an Oscar contender. I didn't feel like it really deserved to be considered a Best Picture of the year. So we'll see how that one plays out. Johnny Depp, I can see getting a nod for Best Actor. Joel Edgerton was really good, but I don't even see him really getting a Best Supporting Actor for this. He was good, he was really good, but I didn't see it as exceptional as a lot of people going into this did. So I was a little disappointed. The second trailer made it seem like this was going to be a very action-heavy movie, and there wasn't a lot of action, to be honest. The movie ran over 2 hours long. It definitely dragged in parts, which made me kind of start to lose my interest. But then, the next scene would really reel me back in. So I had kind of this roller coaster ride with the film. Overall, I really, really enjoyed it. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, and the slow parts really brought me down. So I decided, out of my 5-star scale, to land on 3.5. I hate giving half stars, but when it really comes down to it, it's better than 3. It's just not quite a 4. So I had to pull out the half-star mark there and give it credit where credit was due. Great acting, great script, great story. It just slowed down in too many parts, which made me start to lose interest. And pretty much I think the three of us all pretty much agreed across the scale that this was a really good movie. It just wasn't as awesome as we had hoped it to be. So I still recommend it. I still say go to the theater, check it out. I think you will enjoy it. It is a very good movie. It just didn't quite hit that 4-star mark for me. So, but it was better than good. So that's where I land on 3.5. So Black Mass, 3.5 out of 5 stars. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, tweet at me. Let me know what you thought of Black Mass at Am I on the Air on Twitter. Alrighty. So that is our movie review of the week. And let's get in to the news. Alright. Kicking things off, we have director Danny Boyle says he's looking to direct a Trainspotting sequel next. Good luck with that. I was not a fan of the first Trainspotting movie, so I would care less about a sequel, but I know a lot of people love it, and they would love to see one, so more power to you. In the Everything Wrong With category, we have Everything Wrong With Real Steel in 16 minutes or less. We have the first trailer for Our Brand Is Crisis, which is a new film starring Sandra Bullock and Billy Bob Thornton. That trailer is also available on our webpage, amiontheair.com. Click on the trailers tab, and you'll be happy with what you find, because all the latest and greatest movie trailers are right there on amiontheair.com. You can check out the Honest trailer for The Happening, which was really, really good. It has been confirmed. I think we speculated on it on the last episode, but it is now official that Mr. Sam Smith, he will be singing the 007 Spectre official theme song. So that is really damn cool. We knew it was probably going to happen when Sam Smith tweeted out the picture of him wearing the Spectre ring. The song itself is called Writings on the Wall. So very cool to get confirmation on that. We always love the James Bond theme songs. Speaking of James Bond, when you look for the favorites of who may be playing him, figuring that, you know, once Daniel Craig steps down, they like to, you know, the speculation starts to like to float around of who might take his spot. And right now, the new favorite to play James Bond is none other than Tom Hardy. So congratulations to Tom Hardy. We'll see if he ends up taking it or if he ends up even getting an offer for it. Who knows? Daniel Craig could actually come back for another one, so we won't count him out yet. But that's just interesting to know that the new favorite is Tom Hardy. We have the first season 3 promo for Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which debuts next week. Jamie Foxx is in talks to join Edgar Wright's new film, Baby Driver. Justin Bieber has become the youngest male artist to debut at number 1, so congratulations to him. Bob Harper has been cast to take over as the host for The Biggest Loser. He's one of the trainers that's been on The Biggest Loser, but now he'll be the host, so that's pretty cool. We have more photos of Diggle's new outfit in Arrow, and it still sucks. Netflix will reportedly produce new Black Mirror episodes. The song Cheerleader by Omi is officially the song of the summer based on all music charts, so congratulations to him. I hate that damn song. We have the new trailer for Jake Gyllenhaal's new film Demolition. Star Wars The Force Awakens will be released one day early over in the UK, so eat your heart out, Americans, as the UK gets to enjoy The Force Awakens a whole day early. Actor Ansel Elgort has signed to Island Records and will release his first single later this month. Yeah. We have the first trailer for Carol, which is a new film starring Rooney Mara and Cate Blanchett. We have the first trailer for Krampus, which is a new horror comedy movie coming out starring Adam Scott and Toni Collette. Adam Scott, by the way, also popped up in Black Mass, which was a pleasant surprise. I had no idea he was even in that movie. We have the first set photo of the new Bourne movie with Matt Damon, so you can check him out in there. We have an article up with the Flash producer talking about Dr. Wells' return for season 2. And speaking of the Flash, I'd like to shout out my boys over at the People's Forum, Peeps and Friggins. They just put up a whole new Flash Season 1 review, and yours truly popped in a little bit via satellite at the end of the episode and gave my 2 cents about the Season 1 season. So it's pretty cool, and I appreciate them asking me to pop in and give my 2 cents via satellite there. Since I couldn't make it for the full episode, I popped in and just gave my 2 cents. It's, about less than 10 minutes worth. And, I appreciate them reaching out and asking me for that. And I'm looking forward to the season premiere of Flash in about 2 weeks. So very, very cool. Kevin Connolly is going to be directing John Travolta in the Gotti biopic film. So that's a very interesting choice for direction. Bruno Mars has been offered the Super Bowl 50 halftime show. So we'll see if he ends up taking that. They are moving forward with the Cabin Fever remake. So no shocker there. Everybody loves their remakes. Michael Fassbender's in talks to lead a new crime thriller adaptation called The Snowman. Christopher Nolan's next film is going to be a mystery film that's set for summer of 2017. Now, on one little side note, I heard a rumor, and I'm just take it for what it is, but there's a big rumor going around right now that Christopher Nolan may be involved with the live-action adaptation of Akira. And the word going around is that Christopher Nolan is probably producing the films along with Leonardo DiCaprio. But what he may want to do is he may actually want to direct the first movie. And this may be what that mystery summer project is for 2017. So who knows? No confirmation. Still a mystery at this point. But I wanted to let you know the rumor, which it may be the Akira film directed by Christopher Nolan. Pretty cool. Producer of the upcoming Johnny Quest movie says that the film will combine elements of James Bond, Indiana Jones, and Guardians of the Galaxy. We have the list of the 2015 nominations for the Country Music Awards, so you can check that out. Fallout 4 is getting a DLC, again a season pass, free updates, and mods all confirmed for the PS4. Rooney Mara has exited the Will Smith-led Collateral Beauty. This movie's kind of facing some problems. I mean, originally it was supposed to be Rooney Mara along with Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman left the project, and then Will Smith came on, and now Rooney Mara is exiting. So, I don't know much more details about it, but it's just kind of crazy that both your leads have ended up leaving this film. So hopefully they can work that out. I'm sure it's in pretty good hands. I mean, if Will Smith's going to sign on, he doesn't sign on to things very easily. Relativity Media has postponed 3 more films because of their bankruptcy. We've already talked about their film Masterminds with Zach Galifianakis. I was looking forward to that film, and that got pushed back due to this bankruptcy, and now 3 more films have been pushed off the calendar. The Disappointments Room, starring Kate Beckinsale, Before I Wake with Kate Bosworth, and The Bronze with Melissa Rauch, Gary Cole, and Sebastian Stan. They were all scheduled to hit theaters in the coming weeks, but as noted, because of the bankruptcy, the studio's financial troubles have prevented them from marketing the films, so they've been pulled. Out of those 3 films, I was looking forward to Before I Wake with Kate Bosworth and Thomas Jane. I really liked the trailer on that one, and I thought it looked really, really good. Hitman's producer wants a shared movie universe for Agent 47, Deus Ex, Thief, and Just Cause. That would be really, really cool, but unfortunately Hitman bombed, so I don't see any kind of shared universe moving forward. But that's just me. Netflix is going to be expanding into South Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Taiwan in 2016. The Just Cause movie will also take its inspiration from the upcoming Just Cause 3 video game. So that's pretty cool that they're going to use that game for the basis of the film. Check this out, Ronda Rousey. She's going to be starring in the remake of Roadhouse, and supposedly she's going to be playing a female version of the Patrick Swayze character. That's a very interesting twist. Roadhouse is a classic 80s movie, and you know what? I can kind of dig it. Rhonda is a very bad actress, though, so don't beat me up, Rhonda. I love you still. But maybe this will be more action than acting, so we'll have to wait and see. But I can kind of dig it, man. A Roadhouse remake with a strong female lead. Let's do it. Some Sons of Anarchy iconic characters may return for that Mayan spinoff that they're going to be doing. We have the Season 2 trailer and poster for The Leftovers Season 2, which is coming to HBO. We got confirmation that Preacher is going to be coming, and the series premiere will be on the AMC channel in May. They did the pilot, they showed it to AMC, and AMC has picked it up for a full season. So very cool to hear. I look forward to Preacher. It just sucks we got to wait all the way to May to see that. Tom Cruise is going to re-team with director Doug Liman for a new sci-fi film called Luna Park. Very, very cool. I like this combo together. They make really good films together, so I'm looking forward to them doing some more. Halloween Returns, the new Halloween film, wants Gillian Jacobs for the lead role. Let's see here. Patrick Dempsey has just joined the cast of Bridget Jones' Baby. I really don't think we need a third Bridget Jones Diary film, but once again, that's just me. iZombie and Damien star Bradley James has just joined the upcoming Underworld 5. The new film Bushwick has just added Dave Bautista to star in the film opposite Jane Levy, so congratulations to my boy Bautista. Frank Whaley has joined Marvel's Luke Cage. So Luke Cage just started filming, ramping up the cast for that, which is very, very exciting. And bear with me here. Star Wars Episode 8 is going to begin shooting in Ireland this month, so that is very, very cool. We got a really cool article up about how the Avengers Age of Ultron almost introduced the Grey Hulk, Grey Berserker Hulk in Avengers Age of Ultron. It was pretty cool to see how they kind of built this and created it, and then at the end just said, it doesn't really quite make sense, let's not go with it. Speaking of Batista, he's also signed on to another film. Him, Bruce Willis, and Christopher Maloney have all just signed on for a new film called Marauders. So, go Batista, man. He is just knocking down the walls right now with film projects. Director Zack Snyder says that his son is not going to be playing Robin in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. So that is interesting to hear, because that was a big rumor that was going around, and he actually came out and just shot it down. In Transformers rumor news, Transformer 5 may feature dual storylines and even introduce Unicron. The dual storylines that they're talking about, now if you've seen Age of Extinction, the last Transformers film, you see that Optimus kind of blast off at the end of the film and goes into space and says, I'm looking for my creators. So the dual storyline is that you will have the Optimus story in space where he's trying to find his creators, and we'll come across Unicron and have that whole kind of story. And the other half will be down here on Earth with Mark Wahlberg's character and maybe the Dinobots and everything else going on. So interesting take. I can dig it, and we'll have some more Transformers news coming up for you a little bit later in the show, so bear with me on that. The Wonder Woman movie is going to begin production in November. Marvel's Jessica Jones, which will be the next Netflix show, has finally been given a little teaser trailer, and a premiere date has been officially announced. Marvel's Jessica Jones, all episodes will be available on November 20th, my daughter's birthday. So happy birthday, Aria. You get Jessica Jones for your birthday, all episodes. So that is very cool. I'm excited about that. The showrunners for Arrow say that there will be a shift to a lighter tone in the upcoming season 4. I like to hear that, because that's why everybody enjoys Flash so much, is because it's cool, it's got great action, but it also takes itself a little bit lighter. Arrow always takes itself way too seriously, so I like the idea of a lighter tone. We have the trailer for the new Back to the Future documentary called Back in Time, so check that out. Zack Snyder confirms that there will be more Batman than Superman in Batman v Superman. He says the reason for this is because we have a brand new Batman that you have to introduce to the audience. You have to get them to understand who he is. You have to disconnect the audience from the Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale Batmans. So you have to spend a little bit more time with this new Batman. He's already introduced Superman from Man of Steel, so you don't have to spend as much time with Superman. He says it's really just in the beginning part of the movie, and then it kind of levels out, and it's a pretty even pace between both characters as you move on. So, makes sense to me. Thank you for explaining that, Zach. I really appreciate it. We put up a little video of the first footage of Tom Hiddleston as Hank Williams in his new upcoming biopic film called I Saw the Light. We have an American Horror Story Hotel promo starring Lady Gaga. We have the Mindy Project Season 4 trailer. The Divergent series has decided, instead of naming both of the final films Allegiant Part 1 and Allegiant Part 2, they've given the films distinctive names. So the first film will be titled the Divergent series Allegiant, which comes out March 2016, and then the final film will come out next year, and it's called the Divergent series Ascendant, which will come out in March 2017. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink of water here. Alright, sorry about that. So, we have an article up with WWE superstar Dean Ambrose as he talks about his new film, 13 Rounds. Or 12 Rounds, 3, Lockdown. Which is actually a third sequel to 12 Rounds, which the first movie starred John Cena, the second one starred Randy Orton, and now we have the third one with Dean Ambrose. You can see Robert De Niro and Michelle Pfeiffer as Bernie and Ruth Madoff in the new film Wizard of Lies. Kevin Smith has found his new mall for Mallrats 2 and will begin production in January. I'm very excited about that. Elizabeth Olsen says that Captain America Civil War is going to be the best one yet. Of course it is, because all actors say that, but I like that she's saying that. You can see the new trailer for Amy Schumer's new HBO stand-up special, so that I'm very, very excited about. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is going to star in a new CBS sci-fi summer series coming up, which is going to be pretty cool. Learn more about all the new characters coming to The Flash in Season 2. I've got a full article up on that. Star Wars is jumping on the subscription box process. You know, we already got things like Loot Crate and, you know, the Marvel box. So now Star Wars is doing a new Funko subscription box called Smuggler's Bounty. So you can sign up to that right now if you want to get into a new subscription box. McG is going to be directing a blacklist horror comedy called The Babysitter for New Line Cinema. Big breaking news came out last week of a new King Kong vs. Godzilla in the works between Legendary Pictures and WB. Supposedly here, what's going to happen is that, you know, Legendary gave the rights to Skull Island and King Kong back to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is going to do Skull Island, then they're going to do Godzilla 2, and then they want to do a mashup film of King Kong versus Godzilla. Sounds very, very interesting. I'm super excited. Let's do it. It's going to be very, very cool. So I can't wait to see how they kind of bring that all together. You can check out an extended Flash Season 2 trailer, so look for that. Christina Hendricks and Emily Watson are going to star in a World War I drama called The Angel Makers. Pacific Rim 2 production has been delayed indefinitely, so I know a lot of you are pretty bummed about this. I don't really care, to be honest. I love the action in Pacific Rim, but the movie sucked, to be honest. Like, from start to finish, the acting was horrible, story was horrible, so I can take a delay. Director Guillermo del Toro says he's still working on it, and he hasn't lost hope yet, but he says there is going to be a delay. The film will be pushed back. It will not hit its original release date, and he'll probably even go on to direct another movie in between. So who knows when we'll see Pacific Rim 2. I'm very sorry, because I know a lot of you were really excited for that. You can watch the new extended Arrow commercial on our Twitter page, so check that out. And once again, the new season premiere of Arrow is on October 7th. Flash will be on October 6th, so look for that. We have some leaked photos from X-Men Apocalypse, where you can see Apocalypse, Archangel, and more. The Doctor Who Series 9 prologue is here. You can check that out. We have the trailer for Where to Invade Next, which is the new Michael Moore documentary. That new Mary Elizabeth Winstead horror comedy series over on CBS is going to be titled Brain Dead, so that's interesting. We have the first look at Hawkman and Hawkgirl from the Flash and Arrow spinoff Legends of Tomorrow. They look great. I think they look really, really good. CW's hit and miss sometimes with outfits, so I thought they did a great job on this one. For all you Jeepers Creepers fans, good news, Jeepers Creepers 3 is on the way. So I don't know if anybody was patiently waiting for this one, but it is coming. I do really like the first movie. I didn't care for the second one, but be interested to see what they do with Jeepers Creepers 3. Patrick Schwarzenegger, of course Arnold's son, has just joined the cast of the upcoming Scream Queens. Scream Queens does hit Fox this week. Look for that season premiere. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. bosses say that it's going to be a slow burn to the Secret Warriors creation in Season 3 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so don't expect it right out the gate. A brand new Art of Star Wars The Force Awakens book has been announced, so that'll be coming out. Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One has loaded up Olivia Cooke for the leading role. I told you on our last episode that she was in the bottom three, or the top three, I should say, of potential leads, and she got the job. So look at that, from one episode of being potential to the next that she's got the job. So very, very cool. We have the first trailer for The Hallow, so look for that. Let's see here. We already talked about all of this. I Killed Giants movie has just added Zoe Saldana to the mix there, so that's a pretty cool addition. Last weekend's box office, we saw The Perfect Guy actually come out and be the #1 film, so that was a pleasant surprise because I did not expect that whatsoever. To be honest, I knew it would come close, but it was #1 last weekend. The Perfect Guy. #2 was The Visit, bringing in $25 million. The Perfect Guy brought in $25 million also. It only beat The Visit by $400,000. Man, that's crazy. #3 was War Room. #4 was A Walk in the Woods, and #5 was Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. So just a little touch on last weekend's box office since we didn't do a show. We have the first trailer for The Program, starring Ben Foster as Lance Armstrong. It looks really, really good. I didn't think I'd care about that movie at all, but it's actually really awesome. Over in the rumor mill again, Star Wars The Force Awakens may have a post-credit scene. They might be taking a cue from Marvel on that one and doing post-credits. Alan Taylor is developing a small screen take on Roadside Picnic for WGN America. Over in the rumor mill again, Marvel is possibly looking at Rebecca Ferguson for Captain Marvel. Rebecca Ferguson, most widely known for the new Mission Impossible film, Rogue Nation. I like Ghost Protocol more, that's why my mind always defaults to that one. But she was amazing in Mission Impossible. I would love to see her as Captain Marvel, so let's do it. But yeah, she's supposedly the lead now for that. Hannibal director reunites Brian Fuller to adapt Neil Gaiman's American Gods. So that's pretty cool. We have the first trailer for the first-person action film called Hardcore. I watched this trailer and it blew my mind, man. This whole film was shot in a first-person perspective, and it is hardcore. It looks awesome, so check that out when you get a chance. Over in Wonder Woman news, it is being rumored that Sean Bean and Eva Green are going to be the villains in the Wonder Woman film. I'll take it. I love me some Eva Green, so let's do it. She plays evil very, very well. Minions is now the second biggest animated movie ever. So that's awesome. Congratulations there. The people over at Fox are looking like they want to move forward with a Fantastic Four sequel. So no confirmation for sure, but they said that they want to try to figure it out and find a way to make it happen. So they're not giving up at this point. Sebastian Stan, who plays the Winter Soldier, talks about the brutal fights in Captain America Civil War. So you can check out that article. In very cool casting news, I'm excited about this. Arnold Schwarzenegger is replacing Donald Trump in The Celebrity Apprentice as the new host. I hope instead of "you're fired," he says "you're terminated." He's got to say "you're terminated." That would be so awesome. But I like it. I love Celebrity Apprentice, and we knew Donald Trump wasn't coming back, and I think getting Schwarzenegger is pretty awesome. Jennifer Lawrence and Hunger Games director Francis Lawrence may reunite for a new Russian spy film. we have gotten confirmation that Rachel McAdams is going to be in Marvel's Doctor Strange. Very, very cool. I love me some Rachel McAdams, and I love me to see her in Doctor Strange. Oliver Stone's new film Snowden has been bumped from its release date in Christmas to 2016. No exact new release date other than it will be in 2016. Daisy Johnson gets a new costume upgrade for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3. Looks pretty cool. She looks very official, very, very shieldy. Dating Naked over on VH1 has been renewed for a third season. We have the first trailer for Pay the Ghost, starring Nicolas Cage. Looks pretty bad, to be honest. We have the first trailer for Colonia, starring Emma Watson and Daniel Bruhl. We have the trailer for I Smile Back, starring Sarah Silverman. My All-American trailer, starring Aaron Eckhart. So you can check out all those trailers. Director Denis Villeneuve talks The Mystery of Deckard in the Blade Runner sequel, so you can see what he's talking about in the upcoming Blade Runner sequel. Supposedly we got a Mary Poppins sequel in the works over at Disney. They are looking to do a direct sequel taking place about 30 years after the original film. No word yet on who would get to be Mary. One rumor that I've heard so far is Anne Hathaway, and I think Anne Hathaway would actually be a great pick. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with that. Emily Ratajkowski and Spencer Boldman are going to star in a 1980s set film called Cruise. A&E is going to air a TV special on the Bill Cosby accusers. NBC has renewed The Carmichael Show, but they've canceled Mr. Robinson. This bums me out because I gave both of these shows a chance, and I actually really liked Mr. Robinson. I love Craig Robinson. I've been waiting for this show for a while, and I am bummed out that he is not going to get a chance for a second season. I feel like they kind of sabotaged it. His first season was 6 episodes, and they burned him off 2 episodes every week. So after 3 weeks, the whole season was over. And I just don't feel it was a great chance. The Carmichael Show was pretty funny. I wouldn't have hated it or loved it either way. But it's kind of interesting to see that one got picked up and not Mr. Robinson. But oh well, we'll see how it goes from there. We have an honest trailer for Furious 7, which is awesome. Check it out. We have everything wrong with Insurgent in 18 minutes or less. Speaking of Insurgent, we have the first trailer for Allegiant, so you can check that out. We have the brand new second trailer for Creed, the Rocky spinoff starring Michael B. Jordan with Sylvester Stallone. Looks awesome. And we have the first trailer for The Jungle Book, the new live-action Jungle Book directed by Jon Favreau. It looks awesome. Rob Marshall is the one that's going to be directing the new Mary Poppins sequel, so that is a cool addition to that project. South Park is back, ladies and gentlemen. Season premiere was last week. It was pretty awesome, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on Hulu, by the way. We have an article up with Ridley Scott giving us some insight into the plot of Prometheus 2. We have the brand new trailer for The Fifth Wave, starring Chloe Grace Moretz. Let's see here. Sony has renamed its Project Morpheus virtual reality headset to the very less impressive PlayStation VR. So, no creativity in that one. I loved Project Morpheus. They should have just left that thing alone. We have the Season 2 trailer for The Nick, which is the show over on Cinemax with Clive Owen. I know one of my good friends actually really, really likes that show, so that's coming back here. We have the trailer for the final season of Downton Abbey. Jack the Ripper DLC is coming to Assassin's Creed Syndicate Season Pass, so check that out. Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick have joined DreamWorks' new Trolls movie, and it looks like it is definitely based on that troll doll, like the ones with the really big hair that you used to stick on the tip of your pencils. Okay. Darren Aronofsky is set to direct Channing Tatum in an Evel Knievel biopic film. That's very, very interesting news. I'd be interested to see that. Woody Harrelson has joined up to play the villain in the upcoming War of the Planet of the Apes film. I like it. I love the Apes franchise as it's going right now, and I love Woody Harrelson, so I think he'll play a very cool villain in that. We have the brand new poster for The Flash Season 2, which looks awesome. The Conjuring 2 has just added Francis O'Connor, as production is going to be beginning this month, so that is really, really cool. How to Talk to Girls at Parties is heading to Studio A24. They're going to be adapting that. Luke Cage cast. Alfre Woodard has been confirmed with some new character details. Charlie's Angels is getting a reboot as Elizabeth Banks herself, who directed Pitch Perfect 2. They liked the job that she did with that, and they've asked her to take over the Charlie's Angels reboot. So this is not going to be with Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu. This is a brand new reboot. I don't know, maybe even Elizabeth Banks might star in it, but right now it's just for a directing job. So look for a new Charlie's Angels here very, very soon. Let's see here. Natasha Leggero has joined Andrew Dice Clay's new comedy over on Showtime. The movie Behind Enemy Lines is set to get a TV remake over at Fox. Once again, man, these networks are just taking movies and turning them into TV shows. Behind Enemy Lines, really? Okay. Kirstie Alley is heading over to Will Arnett's new show, Flaked. Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore has been renewed over at Comedy Central. Jillian Bell and Dean Norris have joined Ice Cube and Charlie Day in their new film, Fist Fight. Producer of X-Men Universe says that the movie canon has been reset after Days of Future Past, which is something we all kind of knew, but it was cool to kind of get confirmation here that the future of the franchise is totally open for them to do whatever they want. We have the brand new third trailer, actually, for In the Heart of the Sea, starring Chris Hemsworth. Looks awesome, by the way. Directed by Ron Howard. It comes out in December. It looks really, really good. We have a new semi-trailer for the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. It's kind of whack. All it does is show previous footage from the other movies, but somehow this is a trailer for Mockingjay Part 2. I don't know why, but, I mean, if you guys love Hunger Games, I'm sure you're going to want to check it out. We have the new second trailer for Bridge of Spies, starring Tom Hanks. It's the new Steven Spielberg film. Let's see. Toni Braxton is going to star in a Lifetime adaptation of her memoir, Unbreak My Heart. Simon Kinberg confirms that there will be X-Men crossovers, and talks a little bit about Apocalypse's costume. He says that he confirmed that Gambit and Deadpool are in the same X-Men universe, and there's definitely chances for all of them to interact with each other. Melissa McCarthy's new film, which was called Michelle Darnell, has now been retitled to be called The Boss, and it will be hitting theaters on April 8th, 2016. Liam Neeson is going to star in a new action comedy from the Zombieland director, so that's pretty cool. I have an article up with somebody that's reported to the set of the new Star Wars film. I don't want to say what it is because it's a big spoiler, and you might not want this spoiler for Star Wars. So if you're interested, look for the article on our Twitter page from about 4 days ago or so. There's a big rumor going around too that Supergirl may be appearing on the big screen soon in Man of Steel 2, but it will not be the Supergirl from the upcoming TV show, obviously, because they separate the universes. They're looking to do a heart-to-heart reboot with a gay couple. That's in the works over at NBC. Party Down South has been renewed for a 5th season. I didn't even know what that show was, so for it to be 5 seasons is nuts. Jason Alexander has joined Rob Lowe in his upcoming show, The Grinder. Lionel Richie has announced that he's going to be doing a Las Vegas residency, so that's pretty cool. We have a new Season 2 promo for Gotham. Gotham, by the way, season premiere tomorrow, so check that out. Liam Neeson is signed on for Ruben Fleischer's action comedy. It's going to be titled The Revenger. Jenna Coleman has been confirmed that she is leaving Doctor Who. So, yep. Netflix has released a teaser trailer and a premiere date for Mr. Bob Odenkirk and David Cross's sketch comedy. Keith Richards confirms a new Rolling Stones record is on the way. Supposedly, the Kong Skull Island script contains references to 2014's Godzilla, so that's pretty cool that they're already going to start the tie-in. That new Bob Odenkirk and David Cross show, by the way, is going to be called With Bob and David, and that's coming to Netflix here pretty soon. Another movie getting turned into a TV show, The Mist. A Mist TV show is in development. Luke Cage, like I said, Luke Cage TV show is the next Netflix show. It is already getting, it's in production right now, and they have announced the cast for that. So if you're interested, let me run it down for you, because this is what's going on in the world of Luke Cage. Luke Cage will be played by Mike Colter. You have Simone Missick, who will be playing Misty Knight. Frank Whaley is going to be playing Raphael Scarfi. Marshala Ali is going to be playing Cottonmouth. Alfre Woodard is playing Mariah Dillard. And Theo Rossi will be playing the villain Shades. Rosario Dawson will be returning with her character Claire Temple from the Daredevil TV show as well. So that is pretty cool. Can't wait to see Luke Cage. For those of you that love the character Stick in Daredevil, he's coming back. Stick has been confirmed for Daredevil Season 2. A new Alien Abduction adaptation is heading to the big screen, which is one of the earliest things that came in about Alien adaptation. It's getting turned into a movie, so that's cool. A new Humbug movie. Humbug will retell A Christmas Carol starring Ice Cube, baby. So that's very, very interesting. London Has Fallen has been delayed once again. This movie was supposed to come out next month. Then it got pushed to January. Now it's going to come out March 2016. This pisses me off. I'm looking really forward to London Has Fallen. Why do they keep pushing it back on me? So give me more movie. The Gambit movie has hit a snag as well. Gambit has lost his director. Rupert Wyatt is no longer directing the film. He says he had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts as the movie's start date got pushed back. So that sucks. He's left the project. They were supposed to start filming this thing in a couple months. Now they got to find a new director. We'll keep you posted. We'll see what they end up coming up with. But this really, really sucks that they've lost a very good director. Judd Apatow comedy starring Pete Holmes has been issued a HBO pilot order. So that's very, very cool. A&E's Roots miniseries has just cast Forrest Whitaker, Anna Paquin, and Jonathan Rhys Meyers. NBC has ordered a live Law and Order reality show from Dick Wolf and Magical Elves, which is supposed to be like in front of a live studio audience, which actually votes on real cases, which is nuts to me. Adrian Brody is set to star in a new action thriller called Expiration. Tom Hardy's new upcoming film Legend, where he plays twin brothers, has just been pushed back. Well, also supposed to be out in October. Now comes out on Thanksgiving week. Let's see here. You can see a brief teaser for FX Network's new American crime story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson. So you can look for that. Very cool. We have an article up talking about why DC's TV shows don't share the same movie universe. It's pretty much what you expect. They just don't want to tie the hands of the creators, so that's why. Bill Paxton is in talks to join the movie The Circle with Tom Hanks and Emma Watson. Jane Got a Gun is finally going to get a theatrical release, supposedly. It is now set for February of 2016, so we'll see. This is the movie that she filmed like 4 years ago. It's been pushed back multiple times, and now, supposedly, this last push will get it out in February. We have the full cast for A&E's upcoming Roots, so you can check that out. Howard Stern is leaving America's Got Talent. I'm so sad about this. I love America's Got Talent. I had no clue he was leaving, and we watched the finale a couple nights ago, and he bid farewell, and he said that was going to be his last season. So pretty big bummer for me. I never watched this show until he became a judge. He is the whole reason that I started watching America's Got Talent. So I'm pretty bummed that he's leaving. We got some of the first official photos from Jessica Jones. You can check those out. We have the new Season 3 poster for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which looks really cool. We have the brand new trailer for Vin Diesel's Last Witch Hunter. I love this trailer. I thought it looked awesome, and it is available now. Go check it out on MIOnTheAir.com. Click on that trailers tab. Bryan Singer has announced his next project. He's going to be directing 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I love it. I've been waiting for somebody to adapt this film, and I think Bryan Singer is a perfect choice to do 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Craig Ferguson has been given a new talk show. It's been greenlit for the History Channel, so he'll be doing that over there. Ouija 2 has just hired some more new cast for its film. No real big names, but you can check out that article if you're interested to see who's joining up with Ouija 2. The Star Wars Battlefront beta is now going to be open to all players, so that makes me excited because now I get to test the game out before I pre-order it. Because I think I'm going to get it, but I'd love to play it first. We have the new second trailer for the Steve Jobs film starring by Michael Fassbender and Kate Winslet. Looks really, really good. Top-notch stuff, man. I can't wait to see it. Check out that trailer. Along with the new Point Break trailer. This is the second trailer for that, which I think is way better than the first one. It looks like a really good action movie. Take it or leave it what your feelings are about them remaking Point Break, but this trailer looks pretty good for an action film. We also have a trailer for The Young Messiah starring Sean Bean and Adam Greaves. Paramount Pictures has finally announced what the hell they're doing with Transformers. They've come out and said that they will be doing a Transformers 5, and they're going to be doing an animated spin-off feature. The animated spin-off feature will take place on Cybertron and will basically be a prequel to the original Michael Bay Transformers movie, showing you the big battle between the Autobots and the Decepticons. Transformers 5, of course, will be bringing back Mark Wahlberg, and they are in talks with Michael Bay to come back to direct the film. Now, remember, Michael Bay said after the fourth one, I'm done, I'm out, I'm not directing another Transformers film. Some sites were saying that Michael Bay is already coming back. Michael Bay himself has tweeted, I am not signed to come back. I am having the discussions. I'm talking with Steven Spielberg. We're figuring stuff out. I may or may not return. So I'm sure he probably will return, but at this point he's not locked in. But we do know that Transformers 5 is on the way, and it's going to be written by Akiva Goldsman, who's an Academy Award-winning writer, so they might have a really good script for Transformers 5. I'm excited either way it goes. I'd be interested to see a new director's take on Transformers 5, but if not, I would love to see Michael Bay come back and direct something based on an Akiva Goldsman script. Plus, the animated film, I'm a little bummed it's animated, because I would love to see a Cybertron prequel done in live action, but it probably cost $2 billion to make, so that's why they're going animated, I'm guessing. So Sarah Jessica Parker says that Sex and the City 3 is not happening anytime soon. They have no movement on that. Jason Statham is going to be coming to television. He's going to be headlining a new TV adaptation of the film Layer Cake that he did, the follow-up novel called Viva La Madness. They're going to be adapting that into a TV show, and Jason Statham will be coming back, reprising his role, and doing that. The animated Transformers film is going to be written by the guys that did Ant-Man, so that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Megan Fox is joining New Girl. She'll be hitting it up the show during Zooey Deschanel's maternity leave. Zoe just had a baby, so congratulations to Zoe. I love New Girl, by the way. I love this show. So Zoe is going to be on maternity leave, so obviously she can't be on the show. So they've come up with kind of an idea, storyline on there where she gets called for jury duty, and she's on a very big, crazy case where she's sequestered, like in a hotel room, no communication from nobody for a long time. So they need to rent her room out, and Megan Fox is the girl that rents the room out, and she becomes a new major character on the show during this time that Zoe's out. I love it. I love Megan Fox. Recently single, by the way, and I can't wait for the new season of New Girl. A slight Star Trek Beyond delay has just opened up. The film has been pushed back 2 weeks, so it's going to come out the end of July rather than the beginning of July now. Another movie coming into a TV show is Taken. Yes, Liam Neeson's Taken is being turned into a TV show. It's going to be a prequel to the first film where you're going to get to see his particular set of skills. So that is very cool. I'll be interested to see that for sure. Let's see here. We've already talked about that. If you're interested about the new upcoming Star Fox game, that's been delayed to 2016. So, back in the rumor mill, supposedly Warner Brothers might be doing a Booster Gold and Blue Beetle superhero buddy cop movie. I'm going to leave that in the rumor bucket for you all, because I don't believe that one for a second. I just don't. Chrissy Teigen and John Legend's Ordinary People has just been given a pilot deal over at ABC, so that's interesting. I didn't even know they were pitching stuff like that. Denzel Washington says he'll direct produce August Wilson plays for HBO. We have a preview of the next upcoming Dark Knight DLC pack for Batman Arkham Knight, which has the Tumbler and some other stuff. Tom Hiddleston talks the future of Loki and King Kong, since he'll be in Skull Island. Another movie getting turned into a TV series is In the Line of Fire with Clint Eastwood. So that's getting turned into a TV show. Brie Larson is now in talks to play Billie Jean King opposite Steve Carell in the new film Battle of the Sexes. So that'll be cool. We have the full cast reveal for Resident Evil, the final chapter. So no big shockers here. It's all the people you expect to come back. Kristen Bell has just joined the cast of the upcoming Chips movie. Yes, based on the old school Chips film with them riding the motorcycles. She'll be joining that. No shocker there, since her husband, Dax Shepard, is actually directing and starring in the film as well. E.T. star Henry Thomas is going to be joining Ouija 2, so that's very interesting to see him come back out of nowhere and then join a movie like Ouija. Another movie that's getting into a TV show, The Island of Dr. Moreau. It's going to actually follow a female version of the Mad Scientist, but that's getting turned into a TV show. We have the first look at Red Tornado from Supergirl, and by the way, it's horrible. It looks so bad, man. It looks like Vision's retarded cousin. We found out that Ernie Hudson is going to have a cameo and a guest appearance in the Ghostbusters reboot, so that's very, very exciting. Leonardo DiCaprio is developing a 1980s mafia drama over at Showtime. Netflix has nabbed the rights to How to Get Away with Murder, and that should be actually hitting Netflix within the next couple weeks, so very cool. The show Transparent over on Amazon has just added Angelica Houston for Season 2. We have another new trailer for Knock Knock starring Keanu Reeves. Amanda Seyfried has just joined the Twin Peaks revival over on Showtime in a mysterious new role. Tomb Raider rumor, Catherine Bigelow and Twilight's Catherine Hardwicke are up for the directing job of that Tomb Raider reboot, so that's interesting there. Amazon Studios has released a trailer for their new series Red Oaks. Red Oaks. I don't know much else about the show other than that. We have another new trailer, this time starring Kristen Wiig, in a new drama movie called Nasty Baby. I'd never even heard of this film, so it's always interesting when these trailers drop, and I'm like, I didn't even know they were making a film like that. But, yeah. Wonder Woman's Gal Gadot says that she turned down a role in Man of Steel. She says she was actually offered the role of, what's her name? Aurora? Or, she was the evil Superwoman with Zod in the original film, but she had just had her baby and she wasn't ready to go back to work yet, so she turned it down. So it's a very interesting article where she kind of talks in hindsight, saying like, look at that, man, if I wouldn't have been pregnant and I took that role, I never would have became Wonder Woman. So, you know, she looks at it as, you know, as a gift. So that is a pretty cool story to hear, you know, because it's true. She would have never been Wonder Woman if she would have taken the original role, which she said she definitely would have taken that role if she hadn't just had a baby. So the Sundance Film Festival has just set a premiere date for The Returned Season 2. Director Paul Feig has announced that Ghostbusters has just finished filming, so congratulations to them. They are all done. And of course, our last piece of news here is tonight was the 67th annual Emmy Awards. So that just went down tonight on Fox, and I will let you know who won. So let's run through some of that. Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series went to Jon Hamm in Mad Men. Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series went to Viola Davis in How to Get Away with Murder. Outstanding Lead Actor in a Limited Series or a Movie went to Richard Jenkins as Henry Kitteridge in The Olive Kitteridge over on HBO. Outstanding Lead Actress in a Limited Series or a Movie went to Frances McDormand for Olive Kitteridge. Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series went to Jeffrey Tambor for Transparent over on Amazon. Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series went to Julia Louis-Dreyfus for Veep. Congratulations. Outstanding Reality Competition Series went to The Voice. Congratulations to The Voice, which also has its season premiere tomorrow. Outstanding Variety Talk Show went to The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. Outstanding Limited Series went to Olive Kitteridge over on HBO. Outstanding Comedy Series went to Veep over on HBO. Outstanding Drama Series went to Game of Thrones on HBO. Outstanding Variety Sketch Series went to Inside Amy Schumer over on Comedy Central. I don't know how it beat out Key and Peele. I mean, I love you, Amy, but come on. Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series went to Peter Dinklage for Game of Thrones. Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series went to Uzo Aduba as Susan Crazy Eyes Warren in Orange is the New Black over on Netflix. Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series went to Reggie Cathy in House of Cards. Outstanding Guest Actress in a Drama Series went to Margot Martindale in The Americans over on FX. Outstanding Writing for a Drama Series went to the team for Game of Thrones. Outstanding Directing for a Drama Series went to Game of Thrones. Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series went to Tony Hale for Veep. Wow, shocking wins here. Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series went to Allison Janney for the TV show Mom. Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series went to Bradley Whitford in Transparent. Outstanding Guest Actress in a Comedy Series went to Joan Cusack for Shameless over on Showtime. Outstanding Writing for a Comedy Series went to the team for Veep. Outstanding Directing for a Comedy Series went to the team for Transparent. Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Limited Series or a Movie went to Bill Murray in Olive Kitteridge. Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Limited Series or Movie went to Regina King in American Crime. Outstanding Writing for a Limited Series or Movie went to Jane Anderson for Olive Kitteridge. Outstanding Directing for a Limited Series, Movie, or Dramatic Special went to Lisa Cholodenko for Olive Kitteridge. Damn, man, this Olive Kitteridge tore it up. Outstanding Writing for a Variety Series went to The Daily Show with Jon Stewart and his team. Outstanding Directing for a Variety Series went to Chuck O'Neill for The Daily Show. And that is your winners for the 67th Annual Awards. Very, very cool. Whew, that was a mouthful. But that's your Emmy Award winners. I missed it, unfortunately, because I was watching the WWE pay-per-view Night of Champions tonight. So I did not get to see the Emmys, but I'll have to check out the replay. Alright, let's go to releases and box office for the weekend. Out on DVD and Blu-ray this Tuesday is Pitch Perfect 2. In theaters on Friday is going to be Everest, The Green Inferno, Stonewall, Hotel Transylvania 2, and The Intern. So a lot of movies hitting this Friday. I hope to see The Green Inferno. I may see Everest as well, but Green Inferno is kind of where my interest is peaked at. I'm anxious to see Eli Roth go back to his horror roots here. So we'll see. And the weekend box office out today for this 3-day weekend. Coming in number 10, it's a film called Grandma with 1.6 million. Number 9 is Straight Outta Compton with 2 million. Number 8 is A Mission Impossible Rogue Nation with 2.3 million. Number 7 is A Walk in the Woods with 2.8 million. Number 6 is War Room with 6.3 million. Number 5 is Everest with 7.6 million. The interesting thing with Everest, and you're going to be like, didn't you just tell me Everest opens on Friday? Yes, because Everest only opened up in IMAX theaters. That's what's crazy here. Only opened up in IMAX theaters, and it made it at number 5 with 7.6 million. Everest will go fully wide on Friday, hitting all the regular screens. So it should do even better. But very impressive debut at number 5 for only being in IMAX screens. Coming in number 4 is The Perfect Guy. Last week's number 1 drops to $9.7 million and a number 4 spot. Number 3 is The Visit with $11.3 million, holding in pretty nicely there. Remember, The Visit was made on a $5 million budget, and it made $25 million in its first weekend and another $11 million this weekend, so this film is mad profitable at this point. Number 2 is a debut. It's this week's movie review of the week, Black Mass, bringing in a nice debut at $23.4 million. And at number 1, no shocker here, it's a sequel, so sequels when you usually take it. The Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials, number 1 with $30.3 million. I didn't see The Scorch Trials because I wouldn't last a day out in the scorch. But that's just me. So that's your number 1 movie there. No shocker right there. And that, my friends, wow, we did it in just about an hour exactly. That is so exciting because I didn't think it was going to happen. I told you there wasn't a lot of news last week, so that's how we made it through so fast. But yeah, that'll do it. That's our show for tonight on this September the 20th, on this beautiful Sunday night, as we get ready for a brand new work week and we go back to our normal jobs Monday through Friday, busting butt, working for the man. My name is Don Mega. Please follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. You can follow the show at Am I On The Air on Twitter as well. Our official webpage is amiontheair.com, and that's where you can go and you can listen to the show, the Am I Still on the Airs, look at movie reviews, look at trailers, look at the box office and release dates I just talked about. It's all right there on amiontheair.com. You can like us on Facebook as well at facebook.com/amiontheair. We are on Stitcher, and we're on TuneIn, which are 2 great streaming apps that you can listen to the show on. If you're an Apple fan and you prefer iTunes, don't worry, we got you covered there as well. Look for our iTunes feed. We are available. I like to thank our partners over at Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout is our great host, who hosts our show on a weekly basis. And since our move to Buzzsprout, tonight is I believe, our 100th episode on Buzzsprout. So that is pretty awesome in its own right. So thank you, everybody. 100 episodes here coming at you. So this is a quick shout out to them. Of course, the shout out to our affiliates at reddragonsradio.com, reddragonsradio.com. Follow on Twitter at reddragonsradio so you always know what's going down with everything from the team. We are also on Periscope. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. Just search for us, Am I on the Air? You'll find us, and I appreciate you spreading the love. Now, once again, spread the love, please, to all your friends, family. If you know anybody that loves entertainment news and you think they might get a kick out of being up to speed and maybe being in the know, being smarter than all their friends, because they're like, oh, I know the answer to this question because I listen to Am I on the Air, and Don Mega gives me the hookup every Sunday night. Listen to this show and spread it around to all your friends and family. If you know they love entertainment news, there's no reason they shouldn't love Am I on the Air, so hook it up. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a second and just rate and subscribe. It really help us out. That'll do it for me tonight. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll talk to you on the next episode right here on Am I on the Air. Peace!
Bye, Dad.
Red Dragons!
Baggy.
Red Dragons!